What do we have for Leo? Three of Swords, Libra energy at the foundation of the reading, Leo. Leo, right now, I feel that you are in an energy of recovery. You're going through, well, major upgrades, but these upgrades are calling for you to really release any sort of past resentment, any sort of heartbreak. There seems to be an energy inside the Leo collective where spirit is really trying to get you out of any sort of secluded spaces you may have been in during the past few years of your life. And I feel that this is just really speaking about everything that you've gone through. A lot of you have removed yourself from some very toxic environments these past few years, and Spirit purposely put you in a kind of hermit mode. Well, it's a form of solitude, but I feel that you are reaching the end of this particular cycle now. And it's during this period of time that you're going to be reflecting on how far you've come. A lot of you may be thinking back on times when you were still dealing with these very toxic situations. You might be putting a lot of the puzzle pieces together. This is typically how it happens. Spirit will remove you from certain spaces, and then as time goes on, you just start to get more and more clarity as to what might have taken place. But the whole purpose of this current cycle is to prepare you to step back out into the world and shine your light, Leo. You are represented by the Strength card, the Lion, and you are represented by the Sun, the most high vibrational card in the tarot. And obviously, it's all about shining brightly. And one of the messages that I got before the reading was that your fire is not meant to burn quietly. It's a beacon. You're being called to stand where others might shrink. But this time around, Leo, the stage is not about applause. It is about alignment, which really speaks about you doing things much differently this next go around. I feel that you have dealt with individuals that have done everything they could to stop you from going through this transformation and graduating on to the next level in the game, so to speak. But you're going to get the last laugh here, Leo. Not that I think you want it, but it's just something that you're due because of the amount of work that you've put in. See, when you put work into yourself spiritually, though it may seem like it's something that you're just doing solo for yourself, it's not. You're an incremental piece of the fabric of our entire collective. So you working on yourself helps create a collective shift. Now, when we all understand this and do this, this is when we begin to see collective shifts into a higher vibrational timeline. So it's very important that you keep that on the forefront of your mind, because sometimes when you feel like giving up, Leo, the knowing that it goes beyond just you, that what you're doing is something that impacts the entire collective, it can allow you to fight another day. Okay? What do we have at the sacral, please? Wow. Literally followed what I just said. Okay, so I was talking about you being in a kind of solitude, and that's what the Hermit is. Okay, so we're right on top of the energy. We're perfectly tapped in to a certain collective of Leos that are going through this particular transit. Now, the Hermit here is really speaking about everything that you have gathered during this time. I feel that you're more connected with spirit. You're allowing your inner compass to really guide you. There seems to be this very heightened sense of awareness that you are actually a spiritual being, and that anytime you feel lost, anytime you feel confused, you have immediate access to not only guidance, but comfort in the knowing that even though you may be alone physically, spiritually speaking, you are surrounded by an entire force of guides that are working on you around the clock to help you ascend into this next timeline. And I feel that right now, Leo, you're starting to get a lot of ideas, a lot of downloads as to what the new timeline is going to look like. This Hermit is at the sacral, and your sacral is all about your passion, your creativity. It's a very optimistic kind of energy. This Three of Swords also represents a more optimistic time of your life that you're preparing to step into, which suggests that you were understanding universal law surrounding emotional and mental manifestation. What you project out is what you get more of. You are co-creating your entire new reality from the ground up. I just heard from the sticks and the stones. Interesting. That came out of nowhere, but it makes perfect sense because I was getting ready to speak about things that you are starting to get some sort of vision around. This could be directly connected to passions, things that you want to do. And for you, Leo, that little sticks and stones comment is a rhyme that we all know. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Now, what I'm getting here is something surrounding the foundation of this new life that you're co-creating and building with the divine that is also going to bring forward a more empowered version of yourself. It's like you're going to be using all the negativity of your past, all the struggles you've been through to empower yourself in moving forward. Now, this is something that always comes through in my readings because it's one of the biggest parts of the awakening journey. When you could take all the negative things you've been through in your life and rather than just sweep them up under the rug, you turn them into creative ventures for yourself to help empower others. Now, how you do that is an agreement that you have with the divine and is going to be different for each and every one of you. But what I'm hearing here, Leo, is that you are going to build a structured fortress on the pain of the past, and you are going to become a beacon of hope for any of those who may feel lost on a path that you yourself have conquered. Amazing. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Judgment. So this is this energy of a revelation. It's like everything is beginning to crystallize to you. Pluto, Scorpio energy. And right here we have the Emperor, which is all about solid foundations. Okay, so we're seeing the energy, and there you are co-creating with the divine, Three of Pentacles. So we're seeing the energy that I'm speaking on here after I speak on it. It's very clear what's taking place here, Leo. I feel that a lot of you are feeling very unsure about where you might be on your path. You may be feeling, I feel that you're actually picking up on projected energies of the opposition. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. Some of you may be feeling a bit of depression hanging over you right now. Some of you may be feeling a bit under the weather or dealing with just kind of anxiety and anxiousness. And what this is, Leo, it's actually not your energy. This is something that you're picking up on. This is what your ops are going through, whoever those may be for you. But generally speaking, it's just the energy that kept you from where you're going to now. You can feel it. And the reason why I feel this is happening is to really confirm to you just how far you've come and where you've come from, and to let you know that you were right, that you weren't wrong. I'm picking up on this very manipulative, very cruel, overbearing energy. I just heard that this person refuses to stop coming against you, spiritually speaking. I feel the reason why this is happening, Leo, is because you are on your destined path and there's information that you have. I feel that there's individuals here, your ops, that are afraid of you speaking up, quite possibly regarding their treatment towards you. So they're going all in, trying to, I just heard, shut you up by whatever means necessary. For some of you, I'm picking up on a very toxic feminine individual. Could be a toxic mother, toxic sister, or sibling. I heard cousin for some of you. And then I'm also picking up on a very dark masculine energy for another group of you. So place it as it fits, but the general theme of the message is relatively the same. You're stepping into your power slowly but surely. You're preparing for a new beginning, and the demons of the past are trying to drag you back and stop you at all costs. Now, you need to understand that these attacks, Leo, are being made aware to you because it's confirmation of how far you have truly come, how much of a difference you've made, again, not only in yourself, but for the collective. See, this is what timeline jumping actually is. You're changing your reality by self-empowering and not allowing these principalities, these ops, from keeping you restricted and held down. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Page of Swords. Okay, so I just heard, yeah, there's chatter, right? So this is representing, let's say, the ops, okay? Page of Swords is an energy that really represents gossip. And then we have the moon here, right? So it's like they're trying to do things that they don't think you'll be able to see. Right? It's like here you are moving forward in this new energy, preparing to step onto this new timeline slowly but surely. Success will be yours. But see how there's a spirit back there, right? And see how you're not even really noticing it? It's like they're watching you. Okay, let's switch decks. What do we have at the heart, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the heart, please? And there you are, Leo. Strength right at the heart. I had a feeling we were going to see this card, and this is right at the heart position as well, a prime position for the strength card, because it's telling us now that you have begun the process of releasing the resentment and the bitterness. You have overcome your own restrictive mindsets that were pre-programmed into you that were not allowing you to gather the courage and the confidence to truly harness your inner strength and step into your power. You have tamed the beast within. And I just heard very clearly you have the lion's heart. Strength at the heart. Perfect. Leo, I'm hearing that the divine always knew what you didn't actually know about yourself and just how much you were capable of. It's an energy of waking up from one day to the next and feeling like everything that you've experienced before that very moment was a kind of bad dream, that it was another version of yourself that no longer exists, because this new version of you doesn't allow anybody or anything to keep you down. Leo, you're going to really benefit from allowing your heart to lead you right now, not just in moments of confidence, but in spaces where vulnerability feels kind of risky. Your strength lies not just in how brightly you shine, but in the courage it takes to shine authentically, even when no one is watching, Leo. Your light is completely undeniable, but now's the time to really focus it with intention, not for any sort of validation, but for transformation. Leo, I want you to ask yourself, what would you create if you weren't afraid of being misunderstood? What do we have at the throat, please? The Emperor in reverse, Aries energy at the throat. So this is representing this opposing force. You have overcome a cycle where individuals were trying to dominate you, but there's just this very controlling, relentless sort of energy here that I feel was trying to seep into several areas of your life. You know, if this is, say, a family member, this is the kind of individual that would go behind your back to try and affect all of your relationships without you even really knowing it. An individual who would maybe try and control the narrative around your life by making up false claims and accusations towards you. I'm picking up on somebody who's very jealous of some of you out there. Again, I'm hearing a toxic sibling or family member, somebody who hasn't done any sort of spiritual work on themselves. Instead, they have just been putting all their energy into trying to stop other people who have been self-improving because they feel threatened by other people's spiritual growth. One of these sorts of people. Okay, this person feels slighted by you, but they'll never tell you this, Leo. They'll just remain in the shadows. They'll remain in the dark because they're a coward, the complete opposite of what you are. You are the lion. You are the archetype of courage and strength, of bravery. And what's so interesting is that I feel that when you were engaged in this cycle with this individual or individuals, you were just the opposite of all that, which would have you in your shadow, Leo energy, which would be the version of you that is yet to self-empower. These are the kinds of individuals that would bring out all of your shortcomings, all of the things that keep you from being the best version of yourself. That's what makes these kinds of people feel better about themselves, by exacerbating the worst parts of other individuals. This is also an individual that I feel tried to get reactions out of you, to have something to hold over your head. Look at Leo. Look how they're responding. Look how they're reacting. They're out of their mind. There must be something wrong with them. These kinds of gaslighting narcissists is what I'm getting with this Emperor in reverse. This person has built a house of cards, and this is preparing to all come crumbling down, Leo. And I feel that for all of you, it's going to happen when you take that first step into your new beginning. everything will begin to fall apart at the seams, because your first step into self-empowerment is what drags this energy out into the light and exposes them for all to see. And it's not difficult to see how this could happen, right? People seeing how you've put yourself back together and you're living this entirely new life without this person or these people around any longer. And then individuals look at those people and see them for who they really are. You say all this stuff about Leo, but Leo just breaks away from all of you and goes and rebuilds their life, and now they're doing great. But you're exactly the same. In fact, you're much worse, because we can all see you for who you really are now. It was never Leo. It's always been you. How many others have you done this to? And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Star card. Okay, so this is basically you in the new timeline. Okay, there's a lot of hope. It's a miracle kind of energy. And the Star card can represent you being in the spotlight of your life, which just really speaks about you arriving, okay? And Nine of Cups. So there's a lot of abundance here. And there's this energy of emotional balance that I'm picking. Wow. Right as I said that, emotional balance, and we get the Justice card, which is all about balance, okay? Seven of Wands. It's like you finally stood up for yourself against these individuals. And it doesn't even have to be literally. You just doing all of this is you standing up for yourself. You stepping into your personal power and taking control over your life is you fighting back, because that's the one thing they never imagined you would ever be able to do without them in your life. I feel that this individual was a common denominator in all areas of your life. You know, we mentioned that this is the kind of person that would go behind the scenes to affect your relationships without you even knowing it, creating a narrative to control the public opinion of you, right? And this is something that is really being illuminated to you now, Leo. It's a part of your graduation. I quite often mention that when we take this path, the divine will begin to illuminate truths to us, but it dribbles through. We don't get it all. It takes several years to really understand what may have taken place surrounding this situation in your life. Because if you got it all in one sitting, you wouldn't be able to handle it. For me personally, Leo, I'm getting little pieces of information years after breaking away from my very toxic surroundings. I'll have these sort of epiphanies in unsuspecting moments throughout my day. You just kind of put some pieces together surrounding what somebody may have done to you. One of the messages that I got as well, which I feel pertains to this subject matter, is that some of you are thinking back on times when these people purposely tried to make you sick. Now, there's a few different ways this can show up, but I'm getting something around food. And I'm hearing that some of these individuals who I feel did this knew what you were going to be doing before you even knew it. Now, what I feel that this is really representing is this whole subject matter of you having some sort of information that is going to allow you to truly step into your power and purpose. But these individuals saw that coming. It's like God made them see that if you don't start doing right by Leo, this is what's going to happen. So rather than doing right by you, they just decided to campaign against trying to stop you. What do we have at the third eye, please? Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the third eye. Leo, I'm hearing that everything that you were deprived of in this previous cycle is what's going to be highlighted and accelerated on this new timeline. Some of you were deprived of real, raw love. Your relationships with your family, your friends, romantic partners were all very similar in that those relationships were based on circumstance, what you could provide in some capacity. This happened for a reason, Leo. You were chosen for this path, as difficult as it has been, because the divine knew that you were going to be able to overcome it, and you would have very valuable wisdom that you can impart on others moving forward. Now's the time to really understand, Leo, that your dreams are not too big. They're actually the size of your soul, and they are a blueprint of the life that you are meant to live and lead. So you really need to stop hesitating, Leo, and charge towards whatever this may represent for you, and do it with the full force of your being. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, Leo. And this is exactly what I'm getting with the Ace of Cups at the third eye. There's a vision. Your intuition has been really pinging you, I feel. The divine has been speaking to you through nature, through signs and synchronicities, quite possibly your dreams. Some of you have been receiving the downloads and the messages, but you haven't been acting on it because maybe you feel like it's outside the realms of reality. But here's the thing, Leo. We have just determined that you are the co-creator of your reality with the divine, with the universe. So nothing is outside the realms of your reality. You decide what will and won't be, because you thinking that this is outside the realms of possibility is an old program you're running. It's something that does not belong to you. It's something that was projected onto you, that you have carried with you for far too long. You need to really speak your truth, not to actually be heard, Leo, but because it must be said. You have to understand that in your authenticity, you're not just freeing yourself, but you're freeing all those that hear you. And I just heard the roar of the lion is not just a sound. Yeah, right there, 10 of Pentacles. So you're retiring on from this cycle and you're being aligned with your spiritual inheritance, but you're sort of in this energy of still holding back, right? We have death right here, which is representing the divine trying to bring a death to you holding back, trying to bring an ending to that. 10 of Wands, yeah. See, you're still carrying these burdens here, this weight. See how looks like he's kind of deep in thought, reflecting. Wow, death card right there. So we have it represented here, and then there it is. Okay, so there's the transformation, and then there's the star card again. Okay, what do we have at the crown, please? Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy at the crown. So this Queen of Pentacles is putting further emphasis on what we said about this new foundation that you are building for yourself based on the struggles, the darkness of your past, right? The sticks and the stones. This is very hard for you to see right now, Leo. You're going through this transformative process where things are kind of hazy. It's a little bit difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're sort of raising your eyebrow at the divine, like, what is going on here? Okay, but this is all in the astrology. Pluto just shifted out of Capricorn into Aquarius, where it's going to be for the next 20 years or so, and we have a whole bunch of retrogrades, so the energy is pretty tough right now. It's a bit of a struggle, but you just need to be very patient with yourself. Your reception with the divine might be a little bit shaky right now because we're dealing with such extreme energetic storms. And I'm seeing this clear blue sky with the sun shining very brightly, and there's these dark clouds that are quickly dissipating. And it's as if the sun cleared out the darkness in a blink of an eye. That's what this is going to feel like, Leo. I feel that in the next coming months, you are literally going to go from one day to the next where you feel like the darkness has began to dissipate. I actually see you walking outside with the sun on your face. You're squinting, but you just have this smile and you feel like you have woken up from a kind of slumber. And what you've awakened to is far different from anything you've ever experienced. And this is when you firmly plant your metaphorical flag in the ground and yell out to the universe with a cry of joy that you have truly arrived, because that is the first day of the new cycle of your life, my friends. What do we have at the foundation, please? Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the foundation of the reading. So this energy that we've been picking up on from this op or this opposing force actually can't survive in the capacity that they were without your energy. See, they didn't realize that when the universe removed you from the equation, everything was going to slowly unravel. And this really puts weight behind what I said in regards to people seeing how you're now living in comparison to how they're living. Everything is very clear now, who this person is and who you are and what really happened, what really took place, and why you are nowhere to be found in any of these individuals' lives any longer. Most, if not everything that people have always suspected about these people is now appearing to be true. This person did everything they could to block you creatively, emotionally. They tried to repress your intuition and stop you from connecting with Source. They knew that as soon as you reconnected with Source, it was over for them, which again suggests that they had insight into where you were going to be going on your path. For some of you, This may even be some very toxic parents that were trying to keep you from opening your mouth about certain things during your upbringing. And this is one of these ascensions that we go through, Leo, when you look back on people like this that you have moved on from, and you just see them in a completely different light. You see how truly limited they are, right? It's almost as if they have this very adolescent kind of energy to them where you just kind of feel sorry for them because they're unevolved. And this is really what this Page of Cups is representing. See, it's a baby owl, but they're wearing a crown. And then on the bottom of the deck, I have the King of Wands, Asmodeus. Okay, so the King of Wands from this deck, this is a very overbearing, well, it's a kind of bully. Okay, so I feel that this is how these people show up, maybe in physical form. They try to be very intimidating, right? It looks like he's kind of spitting venom, right? I'm hearing something about, for some of you, you were dealing with somebody who, when they get angry and they yell, they spit, right? You ever come across somebody like that? You're like, can you just yell at me without spitting in my face? But this is how they actually come up in spirit, right? They're just a scared little child. What do we have at the sacral, please? That card really flipped out of my deck there. Ace of Pentacles, Lucifuge, Raphael, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy at the sacral. So this Ace of Pentacles is really speaking about the things they may have done behind the scenes. They could have done things to impact your finances, causing you to miss out on opportunities. This goes back to what I said in regards to trying to steer the narrative around your life and trying to affect the public opinion or perception around who you are as a means to stop you from being able to progress on your path. This is the kind of energy that wants it all for themselves when there's plenty to go around, right? It's like everybody can succeed. Everybody can have success. Everybody can do well. But no, this person doesn't think so. And the reason why they think that way is because they haven't put the work in to actually do it. I just heard this person is a green-eyed monster, very jealous of other people. There's something about this individual, okay, where I feel that they've taken a massive hit at some point in their life to their self-confidence. You know, sadly, you can connect some sort of trauma to just about all of your ops at some point on their path, which is, of course, why you can have empathy for them, but also understanding that your empathy needs to be from a distance, because any sort of assistance or help you try to give these people simply enables them. They need an act of God in their life. These are the kinds of people that need to be sunk to the deep depths. They need to lose everything before they can rise back up. A lot of you Leos have actually been through that yourself. That's how proper transformation happens. You need to practically lose it all to rebuild everything. Because where a lot of you have come from, you've been on paths and cycles without your knowledge that were out of alignment with your highest good. Most of us have. I mean, it really depends on what your mission entails. But like we have been speaking about, it's amongst all of that that you actually find your way because you know which way not to go. This is why failure is a crucial part of success. You got to hit some dead ends. You got to hit a few walls. You got to narrow your options. Each time you do this, that success gets closer and closer. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the solar plexus. Now, this is really reinforcing what I was saying here about these individuals trying to cause you to miss out on opportunities. Very narcissistic energy. It's almost as if they act like they support you, but there's a limit to it. This is the kind of energy that will go behind the scenes to create obstacles on your path if they see you becoming a threat. This is also an energy that will act like they're all in to help you, right? This really depends on who you may be dealing with here. I'm starting to pick up on, again, this sibling energy is pretty strong here. They'll say one thing to your face, but behind your back, it's an entirely different story. And whenever I see this Seven of Pentacles, it's like this crow is sitting on, well, it kind of looks like an urn, right? Urns have ashes in them. Now, I feel that these ashes represent your past. These are the ashes that you're rising up out of. But it's almost as if this crow, which represents them, is trying to keep the ashes that you're meant to rise up out of from you, right? Which is just a more detailed way of saying that they are trying to stop you from transforming into the person that you were always meant to be. Now, on the bottom of the deck, I have the Ten of Cups. So this represents issues within the family, having misaligned values with people. But rather than just getting on with your lives and leaving each other alone, it's like these individuals, again, want to come for you. It's like there's something deeply disturbed about this individual here. And the Chariot, so this Chariot from this deck is really representing an energy that is trying to create delays or accidents on your path. And I feel like this energy here, and this is Hermit in its negative polarity, right? Going the opposite way of your purpose. Empress in its negative polarity. So some very dark energies here that I feel are trying to cause endings in your life, spiritually speaking. So again, you don't speak up. Something like this, place it as you see fit in accordance with your current set of circumstances. But I feel that this message is also coming through because maybe it's time to really start putting a plan together, Leo. What it is you're going to do. What are you going to do with all of this? What do we have at the heart, please? Wow. I knew we were going to see the Eight of Swords. Gemini energy. Okay, so this is that energy of restriction that they're trying to keep you bound to. But the only thing that can truly keep you in this space is you, Leo. Nothing they do will work unless you say it's going to work. See, all they can do is try and get inside your mind, get inside your head, and cause you to self-sabotage. This is what this is all about. This is how the devil works. The devil uses fear tactics to get in your head, so you just kind of give up. You need to understand, Leo, that you are in the middle of a spiritual war, and the fact that you can't really see it makes it almost impossible to deal with. But the one thing that you can do to defend yourself against all of this is charge forward without hesitation, whatever that looks like for you. The lion does not chase approval. It moves with purpose, knowing their place in the rhythm of life. You need to trust your instincts and what you're feeling. They're literally the compass that is guiding you towards your destiny. And then we have the Four of Swords. Oh, beautiful. Libra energy at the heart. Right there, mission. And look, there you are. In contemplation, laying on the lion, which is outlined in red. Confirming everything that I'm saying here to be right on target. Due to the astrological transits, Leo, it's a time for solitude. It's a time to distress. You're in this energy of recovery and contemplation, preparing for the future. You don't need to take action right now or overnight. Just put together the plan. Start putting together the pieces. Start wiring your mind to accept the vision that the divine is showing you regarding what your life is going to look like moving forward into the future. What do we have at the throat, please? Perfect. Three of Wands, Aries energy, the god of hope. Construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. Okay, so reinforces what I said about you co-creating with the divine, right? Construction of the universe. And what I said about this vision of the future, it's like right here, your eyes are covered. You're trusting the divine to guide you, to show you the way. And the Three of Wands is all about preparation for what's to come. It's an energy of expansion. It's an energy of foresight. This is your vision actually becoming a part of your everyday waking life. You're in high visual manifestation mode right now, understanding that your visions will be something that you will find yourself navigating within, not too far into the future. What do we have at the third eye, please? Too many cards. Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Wow. Unbelievable. Again, look at that, right? The God of Trinity, mission, protects against slander and impious people. And Leo, I just heard even the strongest heart needs rest. And the lion knows when to roar and when to retreat. You need to really give yourself permission to pause right now. Amongst this stillness, your power is going to be renewed, okay? And that's really the perfect definition for the Four of Swords from this particular deck, because it incorporates the lion with this Libra energy, okay? And Four of Swords, again, is all about recuperating, resting, de-stressing. So that's obviously being really highlighted here for you. It's like in that space is where you gather the blueprints. You gather the space and the guidance to put together the plan. That is where you are going to enter into communion with the divine. What do we have at the crown to close this out for Leo, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown, please? Oh, perfect. The star, Aquarius energy, Vesaria, God the just, clemency and equilibrium, protects against attacks in the courts. So this really speaks about what is taking place in spiritual court. This is the divine telling you that everything has been accounted for, everything has been seen, Leo. There's nothing here that wasn't already written before it happened, which speaks about the fact that you are on a mission here. Everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. And see how this star is on the other side of this Four of Swords? So it's like here you are in contemplation, putting the plan together, going over everything, right? And now here you are in the new timeline. And it's like that energy in your hand is that power, that purpose that you harness with this Leo energy. This star card also represents miracles unfolding in your life. And where you're going, Leo, miracles begin to become this sort of everyday occurrence because you're aligned with your true north and your path. So miracles become more attainable because you're right where the divine needs you. You can be accessed by source to be used as a divine vessel by standing in your truth, in your power, and on the path that the divine willed for your life. Leo, this is the message I have available to all of you, depending on where you may be on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Leo. Take care.